You're now live, is what this button says.
All right, this is an Instagram story. Abby, welcome to an Instagram story.
It feels so amazing.
These are how they do them.
It's an Instagram Live.
This is a Gram Live.
It's a little bit different than an Instagram story, but they don't know that yet. It's okay.
Insta Live. Welcome to Insta Live. We're going to give people a second to settle into their seat and make sure that they're ready for this Insta Live story.
If you have questions, ask them in chat, and then Alex will give them to us and we'll answer them.
But I'll start by saying welcome to our studio. I'm going to take you on a brief little tour of our rack that Abby and I have put together. We took everything off and we finally have pretty much everything back on. Kind of neatened out in a way that is probably going to be how it is for a little bit. And I'll start from the top down. And if you have any questions, give them to Alex in the chat. And I assume he will.
How many viewers do we have?
Several.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're number 8, lucky number 8, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to start from up here, which is our router. It's a bad place to start, but here's our router. Not very exciting. It's a Verizon router. It brings our internet in. You should know what a router is if you're watching this. You probably do. Ooh, that's close. Okay. Next up is the Blackmagic Smart Video Hub. This takes all of... I don't know if you can get behind there. Can you turn the light on the phone?
That I don't know. It's not my phone.
Let me see.
Okay. I can also
Maybe.
put a light back there. Like
I'm not
that.
sure. Yeah.
Look at that.
Whoa, that light's hardly doing nothing.
No?
You can see the cables.
Okay. So all the cables go into the Blackmagic Smart Video Hub. It is a 40 by 40. That means 40 things come in, 40 things go out. And you can route them to all different places, like out to the edit PC or to the studio TV or wherever you need them to be. So things come in, things go out, the brains of the whole thing, the network. Underneath that is our backup mixer in case the TriCaster hypothetically were to bomb out or something were to happen. You got a backup mixer. Show must go on. It's the old one we used to use. We don't use it much anymore. The God's willing, we won't ever have to use it because it's kind of pain about to set up. Next up is our first recording device, which records everything on these SSDs in ProRes. We record here because we get 4 channels of audio. It's a technical term for it. We get to separate out the voices from the gameplay because when we do all those edited pieces you guys love, we get to just get the raw gameplay from those. Next up is the thing that you take the hard drive out and you put it in, and it shows up on a computer. This is connected via Thunderbolt to a Mac, and then you can just transfer that off onto one of these, which is storage. I forget what's in there. 8 times 4, 30-ish terabytes of storage, so that we have everything saved. Next up is our next recording device and streaming device. This is a Pearl. It streams out to the internet and also records the video. If I were to push the streaming, it would start streaming. These get signal from the TriCaster, streams and records out. These record in MP4. Oh, look at that! Look, now I'm recording Abby. Look at that, and it's just that easy. It's just that easy.
That's actually a virtual Abby. We just CG'd
I
that
always
on
have
there.
that ready to go. She's a hologram. Next up is the lighting board. So if you see virtual Abby there, and I click this, oh, there goes Abby. Oh, and there she's back, and we go, wow.
It's very intense when that happens.
So this row here is all of the lights behind Abby. That's all the colored lights behind her and behind the screen. And then I'll turn those off, and then I'll turn these off for a second so you can see it. These are the spotlights. Bonk, 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 bonk. And then, she's got them. And then these here, this light's broken, are the floodlights. The fills that fill out the rest of the studio. And in combination, they make a set. Underneath that is Power Central. Could turn everything on and off here. It's all labeled nicely thanks to Abby Russell. So that's power, all labeled very nicely. And this is more power. Underneath that are all the converter boxes and a shelf that we need to make the show go. Hey, you're going to convert this SDI to HDMI. You're going to convert this 3G A signal to 3G B. You got to convert this digital audio to analog, etc., etc. This is an input for the audio mixer for the studio. It's kind of extra right now. We don't need it, but I replaced the one in the studio, so I put this one here. This is a compressor for the mic in the studio. When I tap on this, you see the lights go on here. Compressor makes the mic in here sound better. This is a Magic doohickey, which basically squishes all the audio, does expansion, compression, and everything for all the vocals that come in and tries to normalize them out so they all try and wind up about the same volume. This is the actual router that we should be using, which is to replace that router up there, but we're having some trouble with it, so I haven't put it in line yet, because when I take that down, everybody loses internet. This is a 10G switch for computers that are hooked up to our 10G network. That's these fiber connects here. These are dual linked for 20G, but our drives really aren't that fast. We don't have a whole bunch of fast enough drives, so nothing's really transferring that fast, but the 10G is nice. And then our switch underneath, and then a whole mess of cables. That is this rack here. There's another rack in the studio.
Show me your rack.
Well, we got plenty of days for Instagram stories, so we can go look at that another day. But this used to be a big mess, and now it's a little mess. But over the course of the year, this will become a gigantic mess.
It's a tall mess. Before it was like this high.
Yeah, it's a good thing we planned out this TV to like fit perfectly against the corner of it. And definitely didn't have a rack that was then too big to put the TV flat against the wall. I feel very, very good about
I like
that.
the TV better like this.
It is better like that.
Yeah,
It's very intentional.
I like it better.
This over here, which is kind of part of the rack, is the archive for 2020.
Put all our old footage there.
It saves the ProRes and the export from the MP4 because someday, and this has happened in the past, they might say, oh, we can serve up higher res versions of your footage or your awesome quick looks. Like, do you have the high res version, the masters of it? And if you don't, you're bummed. So that's happened before. And then underneath here is 2019. And then from, when did we move here, Alex? 2015?
2015.
So 2015 to 2018 are downstairs. Not hooked up right now. Just corroding in a basement.
We can't take you down there. That's where all the illegal tapes hang out.
Yeah, that's where the real good stuff is.
Yeah.
That's where the people 20 years from now who are like, remember Giant Bomb? Look at this old hard drive of Giant Bomb stuff. It's hilarious. And then we'll take you on a tour of the rest of the studio some other day. But that's going to do it for now. What a fun little story. What did you think of this story, Abby?
I thought it was a great Instagram Live, Vinny.
Oh, sorry. Very good Instagram Live. Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.